Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Iliza Shlesinger here, her dog Blanche taking over the studio, and she'll be at Gotham, her and Blanche actually,
Yeah.
at Gotham Comedy Club when?
Friday night and Saturday night. Two
Friday
shows
and
both
Sat-
nights.
And she's really good. Really good, this broad.
I do.
And how often are you on the road?
I'm on the road a lot, and almost every weekend.
Every weekend? Isn't that tough on Blanche? Like Blanche looks like Keith Richards at this point.
What's she gonna do? She sits on the plane. No, she doesn't. She sleeps, and then she sits in the green room and eats showroom fries.
It sounds like me, except for the stand-up.
Yeah. It's
Except
fine.
for the actual stand-up I have to do. No,
Well, she's in the act.
my fiance is all over me about getting a dog. It'll probably end up happening. Wait, she's in the act?
She's in the act. I did a bit on Jimmy Fallon. Sorry,
What
a
do you
couple
do?
years ago. It's this. Wait, I'm not gonna say the joke because that's like so lame. But the Sarah McLachlan Arms the Angel commercial where the SPCA where they play Arms the Angel and they show all the side animals. We do a version of that, and it kills. And
It does.
It's on. I did it for my hour special, and it did really well.
Oh, look at Blanche.
Species.
Now, what did you do? Save the dog?
I did. I rescued her
You rescued
from
the
a
dog?
rescue place.
That's a great way to go about it.
You act with the dog the same way my sister acts with her dog. She has the same exact relationship. My sister has two dogs now, Vinny and Lucia.
Very Italian.
Yeah, she loves the Italian names, Vinny and Lucia. And they're cute little dogs, but they're all over the place.
Well, if they're all over the place, it's different. This dog is so mellow, and my girlfriends make fun of me. They're like, "You're obsessed with your dog. You take too many pictures and put it online." And I'm like, "It's my dog, and I love her." And no one's. I'm not bothering anyone. People love to make fun of people for being into their pets, and I'm like,
Tell your girlfriends to F off.
I did. And they're like, "That's aggressive."
Are they creative people, your girlfriends? Are they all in L.A.?
Yeah, everybody works in the industry.
They do in L.A. Are they comics?
I have a couple girlfriends that are comics, mostly.
Are they famous?
Not the ones that I hang out with in LA. Not
So
the
you
immediate
like that,
friends.
right? That you're the most famous.
I do not like that. I would like to, if I had more famous friends, then I could get to do cooler stuff.
No, but you like that you're
Absolutely not.
the most successful your friends were comics.
Absolutely not. I wish
You couldn't handle that.
I could. I would love to. If you're friends with the famous people, you get to do cool stuff.
Like if you were friends with a more famous comic, you couldn't handle it.
I could handle it.
You'd be aggravated.
I will say this: it does suck when you do an event and you're not the most famous person there, and no one knows who you are.
Oh,
We did
forget
a USO tour, and it was a privilege. I love the troops, and it was an honor to get to go. And it was me and these two baseball players.
Now they got that bull crap out of the way.
What? Well, no, but because
Doesn't
okay, yeah,
sound
because people
serious.
they'll jump on you for anything.
Yeah.
And it was me and these two baseball players I became friends with, and a hockey player, and Kelly Pickler, who was on American Idol. She just won Dancing with the Stars. She's
Right.
a sweetheart. She's definitely more famous than all of us.
Yeah.
And at first, it's like, okay, great, she's gonna hug and at the meet and greet after, whoever wants a picture with her. But after hour 5, it kind of wears on your ego. Where you're like, I know this is for the troops, but this sucks. Yeah. And you're just sitting
And
there
it's so
miserable.
annoying to see troops into Kelly Pickler.
Well, it's country music.
It is?
Yeah.
She does, and that's very, and I understand that. And they, of course, they knew the athletes because they were all wearing jerseys. I'm there in like an improv sweatshirt. No one knows who I am. They all thought I was like someone's wife. I just sat down at the end. I was like, I'm just
Who
gonna be
who
here.
are the athletes?
Ross Detweiler, pitcher for the Washington Nationals, and Craig Stammen, who also plays for the Nationals, and then
Couldn't tell you either one of them that walked in here.
Matt Hendricks, who plays for the Capitals. It doesn't matter. They had a jersey on, so
Right.
guys were like, oh. And then it's like, and who's this girl with the uncomfortably long hair? So
She doesn't act about her dog.
even after the act, it was like, you did a great job. Good luck with your career.
but here's the
Pictures.
thing. But you made them laugh,
I
right?
did make them laugh.
So that's more than these other jerk-offs can do.
That's what I yelled at them when I was being detained.
What's Matt Hendricks gonna do? Oh, look, I can hit a baseball.
He plays
They don't
hockey.
care about that.
No, they're good.
I did the Afghanistan thing, and it's like I made sure I was the most famous guy there.
See, that's going into it. I had no choice. I was a last-minute addition, as is the MO for my career. And I wasn't even on the flyer. So, like, no one even knew to look me up. It was just me. And then they gave me my own pic. Like, everyone had a flyer with all of our pictures on it. And because I was a last-minute addition, I got my own flyer. But it just says my name, and it's a picture of me in a tank top. You have no clue who I am.
Right.
And I'm not, like, hot enough to be, like, a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. So it's like, here's a girl in a Target tank top last night.
I don't know.
Thank you for your
could be
service.
You could be a cheerleader.
I could. I was just being honest.
Yeah, I mean, you're being self-deprecating.
I could, for sure.
But, I mean, you're still young.
Allegedly.
How old are you?
I was once. Okay. 30.
No.
I'm 30.
Really? Mm-hmm. Nah, she looks very... Does she look young, Mike?
You're absolutely adorable. You look great.
Thank you. I was expecting something way weirder.
How old is she? How old does
Come
she
on.
look?
He's charming, isn't he?
Mike, how old does she look?
It's great.
I would say like 25 to 30, maybe in that area.
Well, you just said that, like...
25 to 35.
No,
Do you know how to-
said
do you know
25.
how to-
Dogs don't live long.
Do you know how to act around human beings? Like,
Yes, I do.
she just said 30. She's an
I'm
attractive young woman.
I'm okay with it.
And
I'm-
25 would have been great to stop there.
Art, I'm a huge fan. Plus, I seen your last comic. You're hilarious.
Thank
I think
you.
Your work is great.
Thank you.
But
I
then
wish
you
the
said-
troops knew what that was.
Then you
Thank
said 25 to 30.
It's okay.
25. No, I'm sorry. Oh,
You should have stopped at 25.
I know. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have believed you if you said 25. I'm
really?
a little tired for a 25-year-old.
27.
Sometimes I tell people I'm 21. I've just been like rode hard and put away.
What do you mean tired? Do you feel tired from the road?
Yes. All the time.
You do?
Exhausted.
Do you feel you're doing it too much?
No. I mean, I have to be awake for 4 hours a day total.
Yeah, but the travel gets you, the stress.
The travel, I don't even mind the travel. I had a boyfriend yell at me a couple months ago, which I thought was funny. It was 3 a.m. and I was watching like a knife infomercial. And he was like, I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, why are you going to bed? He goes, go to sleep. He's like, what are you doing with your, go to sleep. No one's awake.
But you're writing
Eat
material. The
something.
knife infomercial could be material.
I just didn't, you know this, like even if you're not a night owl, which I think is a weird thing because all owls are night owls. If you're not a night owl, you become one.
Right.
And so now here I am. I just can't go to bed
You're
because
forced into it.
I don't have to be up till noon. No one requires anything of me until around 8 o'clock every night.
No,
so
nothing's worse
So
than
it's
that.
hard to have that normal thing where it's like, good night, honey, let's go to bed. I'm like, I'll be downstairs watching juicer infomercials. I'll see you at 6 when I go to bed.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Nothing's worse than
gross.
that. The worst is that magic bullet one with that annoying Australian guy.
I love it.
I know, but I do like it because Blanche, the character.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the
I
cigarette.
tell you, they're the worst when
Yes.
you gotta clean up the tomatoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She goes, dinner's always a production.
Yeah, dinner's a
I'm gonna say
production.
that commercial, my favorite part of that commercial, my friend Andrea and I are obsessed with it. Okay, so for those of you that haven't seen it, it's a kitchen table. It's almost like a sketch, and it's like
A counter, like
it's
a big
counter
counter in a
and
kitchen.
almost as if it's a communal counter because all these characters come in from a night out partying, and they convene on this counter, and you're like, do you all live together? This is super
It's
weird.
odd.
It's super odd, and so they've got, I think it's like Mick and Mimi or something, and I think he's British, and the only reason I say he's British is because of this. They're making the food. She's showing you.
He seems Australian, but yeah.
Well, here's the only reason I think that is that they're making the food and the girl is like making egg salad or something disgusting, and the guy leans over. He's Asian. He leans over with the thing and he goes, little bit of curry powder.
Yeah.
And he puts it in. So curry, Brits like curry, but she doesn't. And then the girl, very passive aggressive, goes, curry powder for everything. Like as if he does this all the time, and there's the crack in their relationship.
Exactly. No, I like that. Adding a little backstory to it.
Curry powder for
I
everything.
like curry powder.
Reading in.
My favorite.
You know what we said?
Eggs, some onions, crack a Danish. And that's always a production.
Always a
And it's the
production.
characters and stuff, and it's a really
So
annoying,
weird.
pushy infomercial.
I have it.
You have the magic bullet?
I bought the magic bullet, though.
I do. I had it,
I bought it, yeah.
and I never used it, so now I don't.
Because you have to rinse it out.
It's a pain to clean it.
And
yeah.
it's like this much,
What
right?
about,
It's
what
like,
about your, what about your wife?
It's too petite for me.
What about
right,
your wife?
for you, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she uses
Like
it.
your wife
I
does
haven't
it.
seen it. I had it for I
Your
used
wife
it
isn't
twice.
willing to clean it?
I don't know if she
What
knew
do you
where
need a
it
wife
was. What I don't know. Maybe she still
If not for
uses it.
beating and cleaning.
I don't use it.
What is she good for?
I mean, because, wives are always a production.
That's
my
exactly the
wife-
face of
My
a
wife
lady.
is very she consolidates and streamlines, and if we didn't use it more than a couple times, it was gone.
Really?
also got
Yeah,
it.
it's at consignment. She consigns everything.
Oh, no kidding.
Very
got it.
frugal like that, which is awesome.
Well,
How much
that
was
is
it? 30,
good.
two payments
It's
of
not
100.
expensive.
Something 9 with 9 and 9.
People think that if it's at the 9, the precipice of the price, then we're like, oh, it must be cheap.
No,
because
it's not
double
expensive
cheap.
at all. I mean,
It
I
was
think-
maybe 19.
And I think the cleaning thing, you
29.
sound a little bitchy.
One of the 30.
The cleaning thing is fine.
But you're telling me that there's no lawsuit between like a sex toy company and that company? Like, look, we really want to use Magic Bullet.
Well,
It
what
makes more
about-
sense for us.
Well, what about Lee Harvey Oswald, who used a magic bullet to kill Kennedy? What about
Yes.
his family?
He wins.
He was the first one to come up with the magic bullet, the whole theory.
Did you see there's a new theory now that one of the
There's always a new theory.
guards in the Secret Service behind him
right, killed
in the
him.
car accidentally shot him?
Right.
I feel
Like
like,
his
we have,
gun accidentally went off.
And you,
I feel like
of
there's
course,
footage
And that's
to-
why they covered up the second,
and
bullet.
you'll buy this book.
I don't know.
How
Let's say
how
that.
high are you holding your gun? Is
He
it?
was new on the job, and his gun just
And he just carries the gun here. It's the back of
He's
his head.
riding around. Yay!
If you watch this,
yay,
if you watch this Zapruder film, it's like this. The guy's going.
Right.
They missed it.
I also like to think Jackie Kennedy would have been like, yeah, I heard a giant gunshot right behind me when he
Guys,
died.
I'm serious. The guy shot him. Could you imagine the difference
Get a
though between
silencer.
everyone if that happened today, the amount it would be like 80 to 82
God.
people would have it on quality film of
on their
like
iPhones.
Steven Spielberg. From 80 different angles, we'd see exactly what happened.
We would
and
know.
the Zapruder film, the difference is like it's not that long ago. It's like that grainy film, and it's one old guy with a camera going like this. It's just
all they had.
weird.
Yeah. New evidence.
No evidence. We always got to, and you know why? They sell it to people like him.
People like you are the problem.
Yeah, John's always like, you didn't see the guard shot him. Shut up.
That's like
I
the
need
History
something
Channel.
to do at 6 a.m. when I'm still awake and all the infomercials
You can always
are
text
off.
me, not like in a weird way, but I'm up watching.
What about the History Channel?
The History Channel would be out of business if not. I'm Jewish, but I'm gonna say it's if not for the Holocaust.
Oh, well,
All they do is talk about Hitler, and it's like, what new things are we learning
Well,
at
that he
this
escaped
point?
to Argentina,
Sure,
and he lived there
Yeah.
for.
but it's just they have
How many
like,
years, Mike?
Eichmann did. Eichmann escaped.
Yeah.
He got there. He
That's
lived there,
the new
he
thing.
lived there for 20 years. It took him 20 years to find them.
right.
Mike, you had info on that, right?
I was reading about it, but
Mike has some intelligence on this.
no. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd like to hear this.
He could have, there are a lot of Nazis in Argentina, so I wouldn't doubt it. You never
Yes,
know.
but those are like expat Nazis that are like, oops, made a mistake, better get out of here. They're
That's
not like
what I mean.
still holding a torch for the Third Reich in
He was
Argentina.
living with Eva Braun. She escaped also.
This is stupid.
Their bodies were burnt beyond
yeah,
recognition.
that they were burnt beyond recognition. So who knows?
But she
who was
didn't
that?
like the nightlife,
Right.
And so she went back to Germany.
In
and then
Buenos Aires?
In Buenos
There's
Aires,
a lot of
it was-
Jews
got
in Buenos
remarried.
Aires. I got to be honest with you. It seems like an odd place to flee to.
Well, no, that's exactly their plan, though. The odd make it
To assimilate
You go to
and
an odd
convert.
place. You go to an odd place where they wouldn't be expecting it.
Why don't you go to Israel for that matter?
That's a pretty good idea.
Or move to.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, Hitler.
He
if
had
you're
a-
listening.
he
Go to,
was
the
a
writers,
doctor.
go to the writers' room at Laverne and Shirley.
He was a doctor in Argentina, but he never
Practiced.
had any patients.
No. Well, yeah, and Hitler, like you said.
Wait, was that a joke?
A lot of
No,
Nazis.
no.
I thought you meant patience.
Yeah,
No.
kind of.
I got no patience for my
Little
patients.
pun.
I
Without patience.
I thought the Swiss would have hit him.
Hit him.
The Swiss.
Why are you adjusting your chair?
My butt, I just want to get up a second. My
You
butt's
say your
killing me.
butt?
Yes.
He started with my
Why
butt
would
and
the
then he-
Swiss hit him? What?
The Swiss, because they weren't those gentle, cocoa drinking people we think they are. I mean, they did a lot of stuff.
They
too. I mean,
conspired with the Nazis
yeah,
to
they
hide
did.
the money,
They found
Mike.
a lot of Nazi gold, Dan.
I thought
How
you were
is-
to hide them.
How has this become an argument with you two? Even the Nazi situation? you
Because
guys-
I don't know
Dan.
what History Channel he's watching, but not the same
Dan,
one I
the
am.
Swiss are supposed to be such nice, gentle people. Look at the Swiss Army knife. There's like 80 things in it that go after people.
But
It's a
no one
spoon.
uses a Swiss Army
And
knife. for
tweezers.
anything. Yeah, it's got nail files
It's
on
got a
it.
I know, but
toothpick.
I mean, they're still,
A leather awl.
that's
A
what I
leather
heard.
awl.
I know they found Nazi gold. I knew that they might have hit him.
You know
Who
what's weird?
knows?
If you talk to any German person that is German, not of German descent, but like their parents were German and they're German, somehow they never are related to a Nazi.
No.
You know, they're like, oh no,
Well, you
not
know they
mine.
have to be.
They have to. It was a whole nation of
I'm
Nazis.
German. I'm German. I got a lot of German on my father's side, and I don't know anything about his family, but
Because they were Nazis. He didn't want you to know.
Probably.
But it's
They
always
might have
funny.
been.
They're very ashamed.
They might have been. Well, you can hang out a little while longer, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we
Let's-
got a while ago. We got
as
a
long
couple
as there's more Nazis to
couple
talk
more
about.
segments. Couple more segments. We'll have Nazi talk. Mike's going to give us some more facts about this, that, the other thing. What? Mike?
Inglorious Bastards rocked. I could watch that movie over again. I love that movie.
Well, what does that
I
have to
didn't
do
say
with
it.
What
I
does that
didn't
have to do
complete
with
the F
anything?
word.
That's no Inglorious. You know what? It was a great movie.
Well, no, bad. You could say bastards.
Yeah.
But why did you just bring that up?
I love that movie.
'Cause it's a
I
Nazi
thought it was
movie.
awesome. No, they killed Hitler in the theater. I loved it.
That's why I don't like the movie. Let's not rewrite history. Let's not make it fantastical. Let's just move on.
I know.
But
all
never
of a sudden,
forget.
all of a sudden, he's Lincoln. He dies like Lincoln. The Artie Lange Show.
Imagine the film on that. Okay.
Back after. Back to the Artie Lange Show. Iliza Shlesinger here. She'll be at Gotham Comedy Club. Coming up. Now, Dan Filato has the dog now. The dog Blanche is here. Iliza's dog Blanche. And Dan, you seem to be good with dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you now? How long have you had dogs? Your whole life?
My whole life.
Yeah.
I think it's really crucial, like for little kids to be around dogs,
Yeah.
like to because then
Calm
if you're
down.
not a kid that's around dogs, you're always like that weird, fearful kid.
The black kid.
Maybe not you.
It's true.
You're a
I want-
fearful kid.
Yeah, kids. There are kids who don't grow up with dogs that
Yeah.
are deathly afraid of them.
Dogs give you unconditional love.
Yeah, well,
So
that's,
just to know-
that's phony. You shouldn't get used to that. You shouldn't get used to unconditional love.
But no, you're
But
giving
you're
it.
always
The
gonna
dog is
get
used
it.
to it. The dog will always get it. The dog will always get. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I
You can
mean.
get used to it. It's okay.
It's not natural to give or get it. So you
What
should.
about
An
your
animal,
parents?
you'll get it. Or
A lot of parents don't give unconditional love. I'd say most don't.
Oh.
You don't think there's conditions on your parents' love?
I don't think so.
I think there are.
Let's find out.
We've got him right here, Iliza. Mr. and Mrs. Shlesinger.
I've emptied both of your bank accounts and I killed someone.
Mike, what about you, Mike? Do you feel that your mother has unconditional love for
My
you?
mom loves me no matter what.
Yeah.
I love her just the same no matter what.
It doesn't sound that way because
You were
said she
saying
screams at
earlier,
you.
no
No, but-
one ever told you that they loved you.
No, and I mean the word wasn't thrown around a lot.
Yeah, during our gay hour.
Gay out.
I'm not saying nothing
Mike,
about gay
Mike,
hour.
Mike was always like, ooh, oh yeah, you were whining before. No one ever told me they loved me. Bull crap.
No, not in my generation. They were like, you never heard that word. They showed it.
What's
more
your
than-
generation?
I think it's between the
born in
baby
the- he was
boomer
born in
and
the
the
30s.
It would be
X.
everyone else's generation in this
Yeah,
room for the
exactly.
most part.
He was born in the 30s.
I was born 1927, actually.
No,
You look
she's-
great. You look amazing.
Eliza's right. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as everyone else's
No, but I
generation.
mean, you hear today people go, I love you, baby. People talking on
Who
cell
said
phones.
that?
No, my friend, my friend has a son that's like a teenager now. He's like, I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy. And I never heard that.
What, he said it to the father said it to the son?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
It's a nice thing to hear, but I mean, a lot of people wouldn't say it
I
a
don't
couple
know
of
if it's
generations ago.
generational as much as regional. It's not regional.
What do you mean
I'm-
regional?
I was
You
totally
think-
kidding. It's not regional.
Well, I'm saying, I think that
No, people had tough love years ago, like generation.
He's right. There, you hear a lot more grandparent, like my parents. So my generation, my parents say I love you more because their parents didn't, because they came from the Depression and everyone was tough and grittier. So
I
now
think
they
I,
give what
well,
they never
I
had.
think like priests nowadays will say they love you, where the old priests used to bang you. It was
Oh, yeah, I'm not
they
going-
would
I have zero frame of reference for that.
they would show it instead of say it.
No, but Eliza's right that a few generations ago they were like that. I mean, but they got
What are
better
you
now.
talking about? A few
No, she was
generations.
right though. But
Yeah, like the greatest generation and like the
Yeah.
Depression generation. They came from the school of hard knocks.
Well,
so they
yeah,
shouldn't-
you're right. And then the hippies all whined about it. The hippies all got into therapy and took acid. And
They
were like,
begat a generation-
My
yeah.
father never showed me affection. Wah.
They spoiled the baby boomers, and the baby boomers raised the worst generation ever, my generation.
Your generation.
And the one right next to mine, the whatever YouTube generation.
Why
is
is
just
your
a pile of
generation
them.
the worst ever?
We're just
How
super
old are you?
entitled. 30, between 25 to 30. Thank
think
you.
so?
I'm 30. I think we're pretty bad. We're pretty. I mean,
What
the whole,
generation is that? Is there a name?
I want to say it's Generation Y. I could be wrong because the
After
Generation X
X.
came right before, and then
But what am I? I'm X then? I'm
No.
45 years old.
you're 35.
45.
I was gonna say, you're
Just say, Archie, just
you're
go to
not
the
a
doctor.
baby boomer. Then you'd be.
I'm not a baby
You'd be
boomer.
right under it. So I
Just-
don't know.
just after the
It's gotta
baby
be. There's
boom.
got to be like a Wikipedia page where
Gen
it, like,
X.
Yeah,
marks
let's
it.
get our generation.
Am I
straight.
Gen X?
I think so. Right after I'm the
You
end
might
of
be
ba-
Generation X.
I'm the end of baby boomers. I was like 47 to 63 or 4. I think.
What makes a generation 10 years? Is it a 10-year span? 15?
They're actually saying Generation Y is the beginning of the 1980s to the early 2000s.
Because I'm Y.
What's before that?
Wait. So when you were
X.
born, you
X.
mean?
Oh, so I'm X.
Yes.
So
Yes, when
I'm
you're
X.
born.
I'm X then too. It's 1967.
Stand by.
Stand by for confirmation.
That's
on
an
your
odd.
generation.
67 is in between.
60s to 80s, they're calling Gen X.
Yeah, Gen X.
Okay, so it's 20 years.
Well, what is I feel we're entitled. Gen X is entitled too, though.
We are
But
entitled.
the thing, but if you're old enough, it's almost like the judges become the judges become the judges because you guys are the adults of society now, so you get to decide. You can't say you're so bad anymore because you're the ones ostensibly in control of most things that
That's
happen.
scary.
Yeah.
Now, wait. So, do you feel? Well, this is very honest of you. You feel you're part of a generation Y. You feel you're entitled.
I think we're entitled. Our parents gave us everything.
So, do you feel you personally fit that bill?
I don't personally feel entitled, but there was a whole article in Time Magazine a while ago about how people in my generation, we want It's not that we don't want to work for it, but we expect to come into the workplace and be
Instant.
given
Right, exactly.
Instagram. And
Exactly.
we might be
You
qualified.
expect to go there. Where's my computer? Where's my office? Where's my
True, and yeah, and it's not like a lot of times it's like, well, start in the middle and work your way up, and we're like, nope, I learned a computer
Done with
app and I can do this.
That's for foreigners.
We don't do this anymore. Well, we
No,
don't
it
do
is.
that
That's
anymore.
what you guys expect. And it's true. A lot of people in America, because it used to be Italians came over here and Irish.
Right.
And they did everything. And
The
now
grunt work.
it's other people doing it. And you
And
want
quite
to-
frankly, if you can do it, great. And the industry has changed, and now everyone can make $1 billion by pressing a button on their phone or doing a YouTube thing. And that's what's great about America is if you're good enough, you can make a lot of money. There are no real rules.
Well, you've got the brain, I've got the brawn. Let's make lots of money.
Let's make lots of money.
The Artie Lange Show. Of hour number 2 of the Artie Lange Show, Iliza Shlesinger is here. And she'll be at Gotham Comedy Club. Give the exact dates again.
Tomorrow, August 16th and 17th.
Beautiful.
2 shows each night.
2 shows each night. And give us the Twitter thing. How do we find you?
I'll be on Twitter. I am on Twitter at ILIZA. And then my Instagram is just at Iliza S. And also, most importantly, you can get my hour special on Netflix. It's
Right.
called War Paint. Comes out September 1st.
War Paint, September 1st. Check this out. You're saying you're very proud of it, and I can't wait to check it out.
War Paint.
Where'd you do it?
I did it in Dallas, Texas at the Lakewood Theater.
Cool. I've been there.
Yeah?
I've played the Lakewood Theater.
Cool.
Great place.
It's a
man.
cool theater.
I played the Lakewood Theater probably in 04 or 03, and there was an arms dealer in the front row.
I believe it.
And the manager of the place introduced me to him. He said, I'm having a huge party at my place. Come on, I deal arms. That's what he kept saying, screaming it. And he's with a couple of hot chicks. And I was with my girlfriend at the time. We didn't go. We didn't go to the party.
For the best.
Yeah, I was kind of horny. I wanted to bang my girlfriend. And we were staying at the Four Seasons on a golf course there in Dallas. It was beautiful. But part of me the next day was like, there's an arms dealer from Dallas. Should have went maybe. Could have been interesting. Could have been dead.
A lot of us have guns there.
But it was
so.
Lakewood Theater. It's
Lakewood
beautiful.
Theater. It's in,
Well,
like,
good for
old
you,
Dallas.
man. That's
Thanks.
awesome.
Thank you.
So are you a gun? Seriously, being from Dallas?
No.
Do you
Did
have
you ever
guns
fire
and
a
stuff?
gun?
I've fired many guns. I never owned any guns. We're Jews, so that's not like our thing. But I grew up. I went with people to gun ranges. Last Christmas, 2 Christmases ago, I went out with a boyfriend into his property in Virginia, and I shot a shotgun that was so loud it made me cry. So
Made you cry.
it scared me.
That's not your
it kicked back,
wheelhouse.
which I was ready for, but it was so loud that I was just like,
You didn't wear ear protection or anything?
I didn't. He's stupid. I didn't.
That is not good to hear if you're from Dallas.
Scared me.
Your Dallas friends are probably very, very embarrassed.
Sure.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Gotham Comedy Club coming up the next few nights. And September 1st, check her Netflix special out on Netflix.
Yep.
And it's called what again?
War Paint.
War Paint.
You're gonna love the cover.
I can't wait to see this. It's good. Come back anytime, Iliza.
Thank you for having me.
Honestly, you're always great.
I love it
Come
here.
back anytime, and the dog is welcome as well. Yes. And we'll be back with Shuli. Blast from the past. Good man, the Artie Lange Show. Come on.